What is down, everybody? It is your main course, Lil Pancake. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do something that I don't do. I feel very strongly about this. I feel like this needs to be made. I feel like something needs to be said. Avatar: The Way of Water, that's what it's called, right? The second Avatar movie was bad. Generally speak, it's just overall. Last Monday, me and my friends, both of them, we went out to watch this Avatar movie. We were hanging out. We were like, "What should we do today?" Oh, we could watch that new Avatar movie. It's supposed to be pretty good. It's probably, the first one was like the highest grossing film of all time for quite a while. So, I thought it was pretty good. First Avatar, it was good. I wouldn't say great, but it was good. It was ahead of its time. The CGI was wild. Stuff like that. It was cool. So we decided to go watch the new Avatar movie. One of the worst decisions we've made. 3 hours and 20-minute runtime, I think. Something like that. Let me look that up real quick, actually. 3 hours and 12 minutes of runtime. This is about 3 hours too long, in my opinion. I was excited for this movie. I thought... I didn't remember the first one very well, I just kind of remember blue people, the humans were like, they were fighting, and then one of the humans became a blue people, As soon as the movie starts, it was immediate confusion. It was immediate, what? Wait, who? Wait, but who? But what? But where? But how? It completely lost me in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Spoiler alert, just in case. Pretty much, it starts off like 10 years later after the end of the first movie, and the main character, I don't even remember his name, he's got a bunch of kids now. He's got like 4 kids now, right? Then there's also just this random human kid named Spider. Who came up with that name, and why do they still have a job? Who names a kid Spider? Whose idea was that? So immediately I'm just lost as to who these children are and why there's just a random human named Spider just running around jumping and doing backflips and stuff. The whole time it's being narrated, but the narrator might as well be talking Portuguese. He's just like, a lot of stuff. There's this kid, and the kid is he's not supposed to be there, but he's there because that's the only place that he fits in at, and he's got to wear a mask because he can only breathe the air for 10 minutes, but they can breathe the air for hours. It completely lost me, right? And it also completely lost Tyler and Jackson, my 2 friends. That set the precedent for the rest of the movie. So we start off just confused, and nothing happens. In the first 20 minutes of the movie, they're just running around the woods, swinging from trees and stuff. And then it just all right, yep, we're good there. Okay, let's go a year later. So it just skips to the next year with still zero character development at all. These children that I've never met before, no idea what they're like, no emotional connection to them whatsoever. One of them died in the movie. I don't care. You might as well tell me some random person in Zimbabwe passed away. Oh, that sucks, but not gonna really affect my day much. I don't understand what the thought process was when they were making this movie. It lost me. I was completely lost. So we jumped to the next year, and it's the same guy who was the villain in the first movie is still the villain. He's still the bad guy. If you remember anything about the first movie, which you probably don't, and I didn't remember this either, because Avatar was really cool for 10 days, and then everybody completely forgot about it. The main character died in the, not the main character, the main villain. The main villain died at the end of the first movie. It was oh, we beat the bad guy. Wahoo! He's back now. They restored his consciousness and put it in an avatar. Why? I don't know. His job was to kill the dude. He failed at his job. Let's put him in an avatar and let him try again. Second time's the charm, baby. And he also didn't die in this movie, so he'll probably be back in the third one too. So whoop-de-doo. He's like still the bad guy, and he really wants to kill our main character. Once again, I forgot his name. I apologize, but that's how unmemorable it was. I forgot the main character's name. He really wants to kill him. Like that's just like his only goal in life is to kill this guy. Why? They never explained it. I don't know. I'm sure it was probably in the first movie, but the first movie was like 20 years ago. There was a slight mention of Earth being too bad to inhabit, so they're going to move all the humans to Pandora. Yeah, that's like the box. That was like briefly mentioned and then not talked about for the rest of the time. Like the rest of the time, they just didn't talk about it anymore. And the bad guy captures Spider, the human kid, just like, whoop, got your nose. And then the main character and his family are like, okay, yeah, we should probably just leave, actually, now, yeah. Let's just, like, ski-daddly badly and hop out of Dodge, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. We're too much of a danger to these people, so let's go endanger those people. Yeah, because they're like fish, so we don't care about them quite as much. They built up Spider as, like, a member of their family. And then he got captured, and they were just like, yeah, it happens. Let's go that way. And then Spider is like the son of the bad guy, which they just like kind of just drop in there nonchalantly, like, oh yeah, by the way, you're his kid, yeah. Anyway, and then Spider's like on their side now. So Spider's like helping them find these guys at their little ocean village place. They went to Punta Cana on vacation or something. It's so weird, because then there's like a whole huge giant side plot of like them assimilating the forest people, assimilating in with the ocean people. There's a bunch of weird looking people that kind of look like sloths from Ice Age that I think are supposed to be made attractive. I was very confused as to who was supposed, like, well, first of all, the age of the characters. I didn't know what I was supposed to be thinking, so I just thought nothing. That's usually what I do, actually. I just usually think nothing. But anyway, so there's like this whole like hour-long plot of they don't like me because I'm in the forest, people, and I got 5 fingers, which means I'm a half-blood, or no, that's Harry Potter, half-breed or something. Then they have to like learn how to dive in the water. And it's super confusing as to whether they can breathe underwater or not. Like, at one point, this confuzzled me thoroughly. At one point, the main, like, child, the, like, second youngest son or whatever, he, like, is trying to learn how to, like, dive in the water and do everything. And there's this one girl who I think is supposed to be, like, hot. When they introduced her, she, like, busted out of the water and, like, slow-mo and, like, you know, but then I was like, isn't she supposed to be like 13? But he's like diving and he can't hold his breath as long as the other people or something. And I'm like, wait, can they just breathe underwater? And then he pops back up, and she pops back up with him, and he's like, I just can't do it. And she says, just breathe, idiot. Jeez. So can they breathe underwater? I don't know. She's breathing underwater, but then they have to like come up for air. It thoroughly confused me. So then we get past that side plot, and while they're doing that, Spider is like telling the bad guys where they're gonna be, and they like figure out that they're on this little island or something. I don't know, man. Then the like second youngest son, which is like the main son, he like finds this big animal, big ocean creature. And there's like a big hubbub about how that guy's evil because he killed someone. But he's like, nah, he's my friend. We're buddies. That made no sense because it was like, he just randomly found this guy. And then like, now they're best friends. But he shouldn't be friends with him. And then all of like them come back. And then like everybody's friends. But there's also like no friends actually. And then the bad guys just burn down a village, just because. And then they like figure out where the good guys are, and then they kill one of the giant ocean creatures to get his juices, which stop aging or something. Which they also just there were so many side plots that contributed nothing. I don't even know what the main plot was. There were so many like little tiny like plots that never got resolved, or like so many questions that just never got answered. And then they find them, and there's like this huge fight, but none of the ocean people are there. You would think like it's this one ship full of bad guys against an entire metropolis of ocean people. But like they show up and kill one of the big animals, and then it's just like the one forest people family that's like the main family fighting the entire ship of bad guys. And they get captured like 18 times in this battle scene. That like it is they constantly get handcuffed to the ship, then cut free, then handcuffed to the ship, then cut free, then handcuffed to the ship. And I'm like, this is the most unexhilarating action scene of all time. And then also, the ship is burning down. The ship is like done for, right? It's going into the water, it's sinking. And there's like a little like 2-foot wide ring of fire around the ship, because I guess there was like some oil that spilled into water in a perfect ring around the ship. You know how oil spills in perfect donut shaped circles. And so the like the mother, the husband of the main character, the wife of the main character, she's got her like daughter with her, and they're in the water looking at the oil that's like this wide, like the little fire on top of the water, and they're like, we've got to go back on the ship. We can't dive slightly under the water and go under the fire and leave while the ship explodes, because that would be too easy and simple, and the plot, the movie would only be 2 hours and 50 minutes and not 3 hours and 12 minutes, and that's unacceptable. So then they go through this big giant thing of like running back up the ship when they're really good at breathing. They can hold their breath underwater for like minutes, like 3 minutes, I think, or something like that. Like, just dive and swim and you're free. Like, it aggravated me so much. And then like Spider switches sides again, and he's on the blue people side now, and he's like, y'all are my family, not this guy who I literally led to you and helped find you so that he could kill you guys. But yeah, I'm with you now. And then the oldest son just dies. Like, he just gets shot and he just dies. And we're like, ah, dang. Anyway, and then Spider saves the life of his dad. He he pulls him out of the water, saves his life, and then his dad, who's the bad guy, he's like, come with me, Spider. And then Spider's like, nah, fam. There was so much little sense being made. It hurt me. It physically injured me. 3 hours and 12 minutes of some of the worst told story I have ever seen in cinema. Like, I'm so passionate about how bad this movie was. If you think it was even slightly entertaining, leave my channel. That's slight hyperbole, okay? You don't actually have to leave, but like, maybe get some better taste in movies, because you obviously have some kind of brain hemorrhage that is making you think that was a decent movie. Okay, alright, thanks. And this was not just me. Both of my friends said the same thing. Nobody knew what was happening. Nobody knew, like, who anyone was. The only name I remember from the entire movie is Spider, because Spider is a stupid name. But yeah, I don't know what the plot was. I don't think it got resolved. There was also like a weird side plot about some woman from the first movie having like a daughter that's actually the main character's daughter, but not really, and she's like weird or something. I don't know, man. I don't know. but it was confusing, and it hurt my feelings. And that's pretty much what I got to say about that. I'll go ahead and give it a rating. 15 out of 100. The CGI was decent. That's another thing that disappointed me. The CGI was just CGI. Like, in the first movie, it was groundbreaking. It was different. It's something you'd never seen before. In this movie, it was like, I mean, it's Marvel level CGI. I mean, it's not like special. It's good CGI, but it's nothing I haven't seen before. You know, it's not like special. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments about this movie. If you've seen it, if you haven't, don't. But if you have, let me know what you thought about it. If you liked it, tell me why, because I can't fathom an alternate universe where I would like this movie. It's unfathomable. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely wonderful day, everyone, and I will see all of y'all later.